Here are two ways that you could use an iPad or an iPhone to time your track meets. The first one I'm going to show you is iMovie. This is what I used last year. So here's some clips from a meet last year that are already imported that I still had on my iPad. You can record right from this app. This app costs about, I think it's like $5 or $10. So after what we would do, we would take all the names at the starting line by lane, and then we would run each heat of the hurdles and the dash, and then when the distance events were going on, we would go back and figure out the times. So after I already have all of these video clips loaded, recorded into the iMovie app, all you have to do is click on, so here's a heat of the hurdles. You can click the little magnifying glass down here and zoom in if you need to. I can see the starter, and I'm just gonna click on the edge of the clip, and I can scroll to basically trim the clip. And I'm gonna go till the beginning of the race. I'm looking for the smoke. There's the smoke, so I go right at the beginning of the smoke. You may or may not be able to see that on the video, but I see the smoke right now coming from the gun. And now I just go to the end of the clip. Can zoom back out. And at the end of the clip, I'm just looking at the finish line. I'm on the finish line, and I'm just going to scroll back across and look for every finisher to cross. And as soon as I see someone come across the line, I look at the time at the top. Right up here I can see 17.5, and then I'll scroll to the next person. So here's a great example of where this is very useful. This is just me on the finish line. I'm the only person timing, and I can actually see in a close race who came in second and who came in third. So we got 18.2, and this third place girl also would have got 18.2. So we'll just go back across and say, all right, lane 4, first place, 17.5. Lane 2, second place, 18.2. Lane 1, third place, 18.2. And we'd go to the next heat. Zoom in if you have to. And this is an older iPad, so the video quality is not that great. If you have a newer iPad or newer iPhone, you probably won't even have to zoom in to be able to see the smoke. There's the smoke. Now I just go to the end of the clip. Lane 3, 12.9. Lane 2, second place, 13.3, so on and so forth. The other app that I did not use last year, the iMovie is nice because you can have all of these heats all in one clip and just go from one race to the next race to the next race. The other app, Hudl Technique, is a great app. I use it in practice a lot to time certain things. The advantage that this one has is that it will give you hundredths of a second. The disadvantage is I think you can only have one video at a time, so you'll have to keep going in and out, opposed to just having back-to-back clips. So you do the same thing. I would click up here, I would click trim, and then I'm gonna slide this until I see the smoke. There's the smoke. Save it. Now I'm just going to go to the finish line, so you can see you can scroll this little bar at the bottom, and here's the time right above my finger, which will give you hundredths of a second. Okay, so I can see that this time is 17.39. So this is very close to electronic. I've used this on my iPhone with slow motion, so more frames per second, and the times that I get are pretty much identical to electronic timing at track meets I've been at. The reason that these hundredths of a second are not going every hundredth, so you can 17.43 to 17.46, was because this was filmed on an older iPad, and it didn't have the amount of frames per second that a new iPad or a new iPhone would have. So if you were to videotape in slow-mo, you would literally get every 1/100th of a second as you're going through here.